Um, Josh, I remember early on in our days, we had this graphic where we
Yeah.
made fun of the Clippers. Now,
Yeah.
on December 6th, talks began of complete, as the graphic says, talks began of completely blowing the team up and finding trade suitors for Kawhi, Harden, Collins, and/or Zubats. And since December 20th, which is 2 weeks later, post that date, December 20th, they are 16-3.
Mm-hmm.
They have been remarkable for a month or so.
Yes.
What is happening with the Clippers now?
I, I, they've remembered that the season started. I don't. I mean, well, for one thing, Kawhi is healthy, and Kawhi is playing out of his mind. Over the last 20 games, Kawhi is. I just had it in front of me. Where is it? Kawhi is averaging 29.3 points a game, 6.5 boards, just under 4 assists, and 2 steals per game. And so having a healthy Kawhi shows, hey, he aspires to play well. We can say
He,
there.
there you go. Good.
And the team has responded. So combination of him being healthy, Chris Paul leaving the team, and just really becoming the complete laughingstock of the NBA, all of a sudden, everyone has flipped the script. Zubac obviously is continuing to play well. John Collins has turned it back up. And Brooke Lopez has played well. And now even some of their younger guys are, getting some playing time with it also. And they're just not losing. And then their next few games were also against very winnable players. They're playing. I just had this up, and of course it went away. Here it is. Their next 3 games involve playing Utah, who is without Keontae, the Nuggets with no Jokic and no Gordon, and the Suns with no Devin Booker and no Jalen Green. So all of a sudden, they could very well be 19-3
Yeah.
potentially. All right, maybe they drop one of those, so 18-4, and now they're right in the thick of it as far as being in the play-in bracket. They're currently
They have
one
a
game
spot
out of the
now.
9 seed. They have a spot right now, but they keep this up. I mean, let's say they remain in this play-in bracket and end up being, the 7 or 8 seed head
Yeah.
into the playoffs.
Right.
If you're playing like this, you're worried about playing them in the first round.
Yeah, you are.
I don't care if it's a Thunder or Spurs. You're still concerned with how all of a sudden this team is clicking. Now, mind you, this team is still constantly talking about trading away players.
Yeah.
There's still all the talk about trading Zubac.
Because that's what they do. That's what they do. They talk about moving guys. I mean, the roster never stays the same, right? It's always about what other savvy vet can we add to this roster, and that's usually what they do.
And I like how you mentioned that as far as add a savvy vet, not thinking of draft picks, not thinking of building.
No,
How
I
can we
will
get
say,
older?
it is a miracle that some of their young players have played as well as they have. Right?
Yeah.
Jordan Miller, Kobe Sanders, Yannick Conan Niederhauser, among others, right? I mean, they have gotten really solid production out of some of their younger guys. Now, I also think that it is without question the biggest reason why they are succeeding is because they are getting really great production and great play out of Kawhi, right?
Yep.
Like that's really the big thing. Kawhi, when healthy, is still one of the better players in the NBA. Like that guy is still really, really good on both sides of the ball. One of the best mid-range games I've ever seen. Complete lockdown defender. That is a real thing. And listen, when Kawhi is able to lead and Harden is able to follow,
Yep.
it kind of works a little bit. Now, that's not to say that everything is going to continue to click. I still think that there's a really a real possibility that the Clippers just completely bottom out at some point. They get hot for a month, right? And then reality kicks in. But
Well, apparently this month was good enough to get Lawrence Frank an extension.
yeah,
The
right.
guy that everyone is saying, why does he still have a job, just got on to stay longer because of this hot streak they've been on.
Yeah.
Tyronn Lue is probably going to save his job.
Yeah.
And Clipper fans are not good. You know, on one hand, they're happy, that they're playing well, but on the same time, they're realizing, wait, this means nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
And they desperately need change.
Yeah. Well, and that's the part of this that I think is going to get lost is that the Clippers still aren't good. Like I shouldn't say they're not good. They're not a championship contender.
No.
I'm not going to go as far
you
as saying,
you look at those top teams in the West. I mean, they can't light a candle to that.
They're not as good as Oklahoma City. They're not as good as Houston. They're not as good as San Antonio. They're not as good as the Lakers. Like, they're just not as good as those teams.
Yeah.
Especially, by the way, if Giannis gets traded west, it won't be to them, right?
No.
I mean, it could be because
they don't have draft picks to trade, so it ain't going to be the Clippers.
It's probably not going to be the Clippers. But then one of those West teams gets even better.
Yep.
So does this just prolong the mediocreness, the mediocrity? I don't even know why I made up a word for mediocre. The mediocrity of the Clippers. Does this just prolong that, Josh?
Honestly, this run, in my opinion, is the true nightmare for Clipper fans. Because they would have rather of them continue to have been abysmal. Mm-hmm. Because then you would have got rid of the coach, you would have got rid of the GM, you would have cleaned house so you can start anew. If they continue this pace, and let's say they pull off what Ty Lue said back around that time in December, where he's like, we're going to end up being like a 500 team. We're going to get to 41 wins. If they get there or get close to it, let's say they end with like 37, 38 wins.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to think, oh, well, we just got off to a slow start, but we showed that we can do it. So let's run it back and do it again.
Right.
And that will be terrible.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
But like you said, here's the thing, Josh. Like you said, the trade deadline's next week.
Mm-hmm. Does Zubac get moved in a week?
No.
Which is probably a mistake.
It's not.
It's probably a mistake.
It is. Well, of course it's a mistake. But there's like the Clippers organization, obviously since they extended Lawrence Frank and they're seeing all of this happen, the Clippers are finally seeing, oh my God, it's working. It's coming to fruition. There is a less than zero chance that they give up on it. There's less than zero. They're not going to do a single thing.
I think they still will do. I think there's still a chance. But I'm with you on the fact that, they're not going to look at it, because there was reports that came out that the Celtics offered Anthony Simons a first and a pick swap for Zubac, and the Clippers said, no, we don't need these picks. We don't need a solid young role-playing guard. So because of that, I'm going to give it a 10% chance. I still think someone could wow them. I brought up the example of the Pacers a few weeks ago. If the Pacers were to do something with multiple picks and Mathurin, I think that could potentially make them dump Zubac. But if they said no to what the Celtics offered, that's why it's such a low percentage chance.
I still think they buy. I do. I think they buy. They will take whatever scraps they have left laying around and offer it out to grab a shooter or something. Like I'm telling you, Josh, they will buy. The deadline next week, if they're playing well now, they will completely buy in and they will try to add to this roster. I'm telling you now.
And that's just terrifying because it's probably going to happen.
Right.
By the way, real quick, because I know as we're getting ready to wrap up our show this week, I did want to mention one other team that is kind of out of nowhere. Because this got brought onto my computer this morning. I want to give a moment of love to the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Because they have won 7 of their last 10. They are now definitely within reach of getting into the play-in. And listen to this, courtesy of at Opta Stats. Listen to this stat about the Hornets for the month of January. In January, the Hornets on the road beat the Thunder by 27. That alone is a crazy stat in itself. Beat the Thunder by 27. Beat the Jazz by 55.
They did. 150 to 95 that game.
Beat the Lakers by 18. Beat the Nuggets by 23. Beat the Magic by 27. And beat the Grizzlies by 15. This was the third time in NBA history a road team won 6 games by at least 15 points in a month. The other 2 teams that did it, the 2001-2002 Lakers and the 2011-2012 Heat, both of those won the title.
So what you're saying is...
What I'm saying is bet on the Charlotte Hornets to win the NBA championship.
There you go.
History.
Fun little stat here. If you didn't look at the box score of the 55-point win that Charlotte had over the Jazz, okay, that was a 150-point performance they put up.
Yep.
They had one player.
I saw that.
Hit 20 points. One.
How do you?
That is it.
And it's not like it's not like that one player had 50. He had what, like 22?
No, he had 20.
He had 20.
Trey Mann had 20 points in 12 minutes. He was the leading scorer on the team.
That scored 155 points.
Brandon Miller had 18. LaMelo Ball had 17. Moussa Diabate had 10. Con Knipple had 12. Miles Bridges had 15. Ryan Kalkbrenner had 12. Colin Sexton had 15. And Josh Green had 13. All of those guys in double digits. Grant Williams had 9. Sion James had 4.
So this is a team, though, that, let's be honest, over the last year, there's been lots of talk of, hey, we got to dump LaMelo and try to build some more stuff. Are they in a situation where right now, based on how they're playing, could they also be buyers?
Okay. As crazy as that sounds, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't the Hornets be a great spot for Zubac?
Yes.
Think about that.
Yes, right? They would.
That starting lineup is LaMelo Ball, Con Knipple. Con Knipple
has right now potentially Rookie of the Year.
He has been so good for them.
Yeah. Yes, he has.
LaMelo Ball, Con Knipple, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges. Add Zubac to that starting 5, and that's legit.
Mm-hmm.
That's legit.
That's a legit young starting 5.
It is.
Yeah.
Boy, that's fun. That's fun. I'd love to see the Hornets have success, man.
Yeah.
I really would. I really, really would. I think it's so fun when, I know that the listen, the Cavs are my team, and I had really high expectations this year, and they are improving, by the way. They
Yes.
have been getting better this season, as they would as they get healthier.
Yep.
Even though they just lost Mobley for like 3 weeks potentially, which really sucks. But I enjoy seeing teams like the Pistons, like the Magic, right? Teams like Minnesota,
Yeah.
the Rockets, right? Like those young teams that spent years building, they actually start getting better. That's what's fun for me.
That they
Like,
develop through
I
the
get-
draft and build the camaraderie and build their talent within. Absolutely.
I get bored of the Laker method, of the Clipper method, of just buy, and just, have the revolving door of, borderline all-star players to keep yourself in the playoffs.
Yep.
No, I like it when teams build. That's what I like about
I agree.
the sport the most. I really am like,
Yeah. So I hope the Hornets can find their way in. Keep playing the way they are, because I mean, again,
they're 3.5 back of the last playoff spot.
and the Bulls are fading, the Hawks are fading, Miami, depending on if they make a
Hawks will
move.
fall out.
Right.
Since they traded Trae Young, they will fall out.
Yeah. Hornets are definitely, I think, going to be in that play-in mix. Then the question is, can they do good enough to survive to get into the playoffs? I don't know if I foresee them doing much in the playoffs, but it'd be a fantastic story if they find their way back in to continue this build and the confidence. And I'm all for Charlotte. I'm glad we were able to end our show giving the Charlotte Hornets some damn love, because no one's giving them any love.
Nobody's giving them any love. But you know who is giving them love?
You and
Mike
I.
and Josh.
That's right.
Mike and Josh is giving them love.